Hello, everyone. I'm back. I think the moon just entered Cancer, and it's so funny. I went on like a reading spree last time the moon was in Cancer, and I did last night too, but I was just feeling very chatty and I was transmuting some negative energy. I'm really proud of it and I'm excited about it. I really worked through that well. It was a difficult situation. So, I made a little comment like, there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. You know what I mean? Be proud of yourself, but don't get carried away. So today I'm gonna do, I think, just one more, but like we'll see. I do have some other things to do to prepare for Christmas. My family celebrates Christmas, so I'm doing that this year right now. Um, we are going to do a reading from the Goddess Oracle. Amy Sophia Marashinsky is the author, and the illustrations are by Harana Janto. Definitely feel like it's important to give both shout outs. Sometimes I'm a little airy. I have my moon and rising in Libra, so if I forget or I seem like fickle, I'm not. I'm just airy. I'm just up in the air. I have to admit, I do spend a lot of my reality in 5D, even when I'm in 3D. Obviously, we're technically always in 3D. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to pick a card reading. Pile number one. Let's see how many piles want to come. Pile number two. I definitely want to make this the focus today. I feel like I have been neglecting my very first tarot deck. And I remember there's a subscriber who really liked my Goddess Oracle reading. Now that I think about it, we're changing it up. Keep in mind, I'm going to be an unconventional reader, and, you'll just learn to trust me. Or don't. Up to you. We're going to do the same format, actually. Yeah, exactly the same. Mind, emotions, sexuality. Mind, emotions, sexuality. 2 piles. This is pile number 1. Mind and emotions. Pile number 1. What goddess you need to connect to right now. Sexuality. There you go. So mind, emotions, and sexuality for pile number 1. And then pile number 2. Mind. Emotions. So, mind, emotions, sexuality. Speaking of underlying energies, Shakti. Energy is 7 chakras. Root, survival, physical reality. Sacral, sexuality, creativity. Solar plexus, power, personal power, willpower, lower emotions. Green, heart chakra, higher emotions. Blue, throat chakra, communication. Purple, third eye, intuition, psychic powers. Violet flame, where we connect to source. I just felt like I wanted to go through that. I don't know why. I'm gonna do it like that. Mind, emotions, sexuality. Mind, emotions, sexuality. Pile number 2. Give me a second. Pile number 1. So here's what we're going to do. Tarot cards are truly works of art. So I want to find a better way eventually to display these to you, where you can like always just see them really well. I'll get there. So you need to connect to Minerva mentally, your beliefs. You're shifting your belief system right now. We're going to read just little excerpts, whatever I feel called to tell you from the book from Amy. Yeah, this is good. I'm going to read you the poem. I am what I think. My life is shaped and formed by what I tell myself. Who I am in the world is who I think I am. What I have in the world is what I think I can have. The content of my mind are what I choose. I discard, cut out, drop that which does not contribute. What others believe about me is their story. It tells me more about what they think than who I am. In my journey, I make sure that what I carry is of my own careful choosing and serves me well. Isn't that beautiful? That also leads me to share with you that what others think about you is often a reflection of themselves, what they can't deal with in themselves, if it's negative especially. It's really true. It's like a blanket truth, if you really think about it. And I'd be willing to debate that and talk about it in different scenarios because I really believe it as a blanket scientific truth. When you judge someone, when you think negatively of someone, it's because there's something in yourself that you don't accept. So, try to remember that, and then it helps you to have compassion for people more. But basically, like, I feel like pile number one, you're in some serious good energy right now, like, or you're coming into it because it's like emotionally ecstasy. Ecstasy. Look at her. Ooh, that also reminds me of this painting. I don't know if I'm gonna like move the computer over and show you, but one of my favorite paintings that I own is called Ecstasy. It's this beautiful woman on a cliff. It's actually my romance angel video. I think the first one I ever recorded, if you want to see it. If you guys love it, I'll feature it like in the romance videos or whatever. Just tell me. And pleasure. That's the goddess you need to connect to sexually. I feel like for different people, this is going to be about connecting to someone else in a very ecstatic and pleasurable way. And for certain people, it's that way. And then for others, it's about connecting to yourself, self-pleasure practice. I feel like a big chunk of pile number one, though, is about yourself. Because since you're focusing on your beliefs and kind of changing your beliefs in the story you tell yourself and how you show up in the world, I feel like you're in a very transitional phase in that sense, learning to trust your own beliefs over the beliefs of others. I think that really most of pile number one needs to be focusing on yourself sexually. And you do need an outlet for it. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable with masturbation, you can always be creative and artistic. Because, like I said, the second chakra, the sacral, is sexuality and creativity. And these are interchangeable energies. So keep that in mind. Whatever is pleasurable to you, whatever you're comfortable with. Also, entertain the idea of maybe going outside of your comfort zone, and if you feel like you're ready for it and it's good for your growth, because you are working on shifting your beliefs right now. This is awesome. I just noticed that she has an owl on her head. And owls, I've been seeing a lot of owls. Not as much lately. It was more like last month. But owls were definitely my spirit animal last month. I was seeing them everywhere. I'm not talking about actual owls. I'm talking about a picture or on someone's porch or on a video on YouTube or on a shirt at the mall, or you know what I mean? I didn't even go to the mall, but I'm just giving you examples of where you can see things. Keep your eyes open. Owls guide you through transition. They help you see. They open your third eye. They help you in transition in dark phases. And not necessarily like dark, bad, or evil. Like in dark phases of your life where you're in between two worlds, like they help guide you. So that definitely applies to what I was just saying. Let's read Uranome Ecstasy. I'm gonna hold this up while I read it. It's so beautiful. Kind of reminds me of my painting. Uranome. I'm feeling like I want to read you the mythology. Uranome. Uranome. This is good because I'm going to refresh on how to pronounce them. Uranome, or wide wandering, is the Pelasgian great goddess of all things. Pelasgian are the pre-Hellenic peoples of Greece. Pre-Hellenic era. Okay. I'm learning with you sometimes, so, you know. Great goddess of all things. Wide wandering in quotations. Uranome, or wide wandering. She divided the sky from the sea, and while dancing on the waves created the north wind. The north wind grew lustful, so she seized him in her hands and formed a serpent she called Ophion. Uranome made love with Ophion, and then assumed the form of a dove to lay the universal egg out of which all creation came. Yeah, I know. I knew why I wanted to read that to you. You can use, I really do believe that sexual energy is key for you for transmuting energies right now. Because look at what she did. Uranome made love with Ophion. You know, he was getting kind of out of control and greedy and lustful. And she turned it into a beautiful thing. The universal egg out of all of which creation came. I definitely, now that I read that and I was called to read that, for you, it's about, like, I think that you're going to have to change your beliefs around sexuality. Like, I think I was kind of picking up on that you maybe weren't comfortable with me saying, like, self-pleasure practice, and I totally understand. Like, we don't talk about these things openly enough in society. It's like a taboo subject, but I'm definitely going to be one of those readers who doesn't mind talking about the taboo and is, like, open for discussion. Yeah, so I think that you just need to work on your beliefs surrounding sexuality and pleasure. You're allowed to feel pleasure. It's a beautiful thing. It can be a sacred thing. It can be like meditation. You can manifest from a sexual place. Like, I just saw this really funny tweet today, and I wish I could remember her name to give her a shout out because I retweeted it. She was like, about to manifest through masturbation. What y'all want? It's funny and true. So, yeah. I feel like emotionally it's going to bring you to this really ecstatic place, this goddess place, the goddess of all things. Ancient goddess. Look at her. She's got wings, she's dancing, she just looks so free and peaceful and just like joyous all at the same time. And then look, she's making love with the serpent. She's honing this energy, she's honing this lustful energy. Like, maybe you had trouble like with your lust, honing it, directing it, but you can't. Just, use the power of your mind. Talk to yourself, walk yourself through it. Like, why am I into this? Okay. Do I want to continue to be into this? All right, then I'm going to continue exploring this. You know what I mean? You have power over it. Like, sometimes I feel like you can give yourself to something and then feel guilty about it, but I think maybe certain things you shouldn't feel so guilty about. Yeah. Just trust the messages as they come through. Shakti. See, there's the sacral, the second chakra. Pile number 1. I mean, okay, I kind of want to read a little bit from each one because I'm reacquainting myself as well. Hathor. And this is for your sexual body. This is the goddess you need to connect to. Hathor. You know what's funny? I almost read you Crossroads, Hecate. I think there's a reason for that. I almost just started reading it and I was like, what? No, wrong one. You're at a crossroads. Like mentally. In a lot of different ways where you have to pick like which way to go. But just be open and honest with yourself. I feel like if you are, you're gonna find a very ecstatic, pleasurable place that's gonna help you evolve like energetically. Because like I said, sexuality is creativity. Okay. Okay, I want to read you the poem. When you come to me, I take your spirit from the stars and clothe it in a body of sensation, to finally focus you on form, to benignly bask you in bliss. You are here to experience delight, enjoy gratification, know satisfaction, have pleasure in all ways, in all modes, in all aspects. Pleasure makes you juicy, twinkles your eyes, enlivens your life force. The exquisiteness of existence is pleasure. Get ready to feel so good. I love there's like a bunch of O's. All right, pile number 1, that's your reading. Pile number 2, make sure you see them too. These beautiful works of art. Vila Shapeshifting, Kali Fear, Solis, Illness to Wellness. Okay, so bottom of the deck, in case you fast forwarded, is Shakti. Energy. Energy work. Everything is energy. Manifest into matter, if you think about it. For you, the chakras that I'm feeling, I'm picking up on for you are, you're definitely doing some sacral chakra work, the sexual and or creative chakra, interchangeable. Because of this Sulis, illness to wellness, the goddess you need to connect to sexually. Also, for your emotional body, Kali, fear, the goddess you need to connect to. So that is going to be solar plexus. So, you're working on, and really, pile number 1, if you're still with me, I feel like that's for you too. Solar plexus. I didn't really point out which chakra, but I mentioned the sacral for pile number 1 a few times. Anyway, roll with me here. So for you, pile number 2, it's definitely the sexual creative chakra and the willpower, the lower emotions. Lower emotions, and when I say that, I mean like in like a physical 3D sense, like guilt, fear, resentment, anger, abandonment, greed, lust, lower lust. Because lust, I think could even apply to like sexuality, depending on what you're lusting for. Okay, I go on tangents, like I said. I'm a little airy, but I feel like they all tie in. So, pile number 2, shape shifting. You're definitely changing, and you're scared about this change, but you're moving from illness to wellness. So that's the good thing here. You're shape-shifting mentally. You need to shape-shift mentally. You need to change your thought pattern, which is similar to pile number 1 in a different way, though I see definitely. Similar, but I think different. Actually, I feel like 1 and 2 are very similar, but different, so feel free to watch both. If you feel called to. Trust your intuition. You're scared because you used to have lower vibrational sexual encounters. That's the illness. And now you're looking for something higher. You want to have like sacred sex. You want to get in touch with sacred sexuality. But this is scary for you. This is a very huge change. Okay, let's start with Kali fear. Mhm. Okay, we're going to read you the meaning of the card. Kali has begun her dance in your life to tell you it's time to face your fears. All that's lurking ominously, either buried deep in your inner darkness or close by, needs to be stared in the eye and brought into the light of consciousness. Are your fears serving you by warning you about dangerous places, things, or people? Or do your fears prevent you from dancing your dance, living your life, creating with creation? For you, I'm believing it's the latter. But it is good to realize that some fear can be helpful, you know. Kali comes to tell you that your dance is needed as a part of the whole dance of creation. Wholeness is nurtured when you reclaim the pieces of yourself that you've given over to fear. Most fears are formless. By naming and witnessing the fear, you gain power. Wholeness is created when you learn to acknowledge your fears and walk through them. That's beautiful. That gave me the chills. Oddly enough, it gave me like root chakra chills, but I was doing some root chakra work this morning, so maybe it's just like the after effects. Feeling pretty snazzy, so feeling pretty good. Yeah, Vila. Let's read Vila, shapeshifting. The goddess you need to connect to mentally. Yeah, I mean, you just need to face your emotional fears. That feeling you get in your chest when you're scared. Face it, acknowledge it, understand it, accept it, embrace it, transmute it. Boom. Okay. I know it sounds easy, but I do understand that it's hard, trust me. I make it sound easy, but I do also understand that it's hard. It's simple, yet hard. Because it's a huge energetic change, you know, like that plays into the underlying energy. Like, it's a huge energetic change for these two chakras, especially. And really, they all shift when you undergo like any kind of change. They all work together. So, and then when your energy shifts, your physical body shifts, and then your physical reality shifts. So it's like, yeah, it's huge, but also important and necessary. So, Vila. I pronounced that one right. That's good. Mythology. Vila is the Eastern European name for the goddess energy moving through the earth as nature. Vili which is plural, are very protective of their terrain and use their arrows of death on those who trespass. They're consummate shapeshifters, able to change into animals such as snakes, swans, falcons, and horses. They love to play and dance. If contacted in the forest on a moonlit night, they might grant health, wealth, abundant crops, or they might, if shown disrespect, dance the offender to death. I feel like this is you. That feels like you. That was a very description of you, which is really cool that you have the ability to like either like live a very joyous, ecstatic life or like really just like be like strong and fierce when necessary, like and also embrace that, and that's going to help you through this. That's what I got. That's the message I'm getting for you. Embrace that adaptability, because then you can face different feelings that were too hard to face before, or that are bubbling up that you didn't realize they were there, you know. The subconscious, unconscious fears and emotions and things that were buried tend to come up, and you're like, whoa, because it was locked away in the vault. You know, I got that from Adventure Time. P.S. If you haven't seen that show, please check it out. For kids and adults alike. It's deep, it's colorful, it's beautiful. That was seriously the best description I've ever heard of like the shadow, the vault. A mental vault. Yeah, really another message that's coming through for you, pile number 2, is like fear isn't always bad. I know I said that before, but I need to expand. But when it comes in, ask yourself, is this serving me? Is this really warning me of something dangerous? Or is this inhibiting my personal growth? Is this a pattern that is shown up in my life repeatedly that I need to break out of? If so, address it. That's the message I'm getting here. because once you face these things, integrate them and transmute them, you're going to create a lot more creative energy in whatever way you want that to be, creative or sexual or both. And you're going to move from illness to wellness. And you're going to have sacred relationships, whether sexual or romantic or friendships. I have a feeling that you're going to notice all your relationships change. For such a deep transformation, people will fall away or they'll get used to the new version of you, and either way should be fine. Just allow it. It's for your highest good. Let's read. I was like, I know I'm forgetting something. Let's read Sulis. Sorry, I forgot to show you the images as much as I did for pile number 1. Okay, meaning of the card. Sulis has come to tell you that it's time to embrace the dance of illness wellness. Make time for yourself and nourish the energy you have. It is time to let go of everything and make you a priority. It's time to ask for what you need and let it in. Give yourself permission to seek support and assistance for your healing process. Illness is our body's call for time off, time out, or just plain time. Illness is a way for us to come face to face with what is no longer working for us and change it. Have you been ignoring your own deep requests for more time, more space, more attention? Perhaps you've been too busy attending to everyone else's needs and putting your own last. Perhaps illness is the only way out of a messy or painful situation. Do you experience any resistance to being in the dance of illness wellness? Any blame? Regardless of what brought you to this dance, you are here and need to put everything aside that doesn't nourish and support your healing. The way to wholeness for you now lies in recognizing your own needs and putting them first, nourishing your energy, and allowing new ways of being with yourself that support health and vitality. Sulis says that the way you manage your energy can mean the difference between illness and wellness. That's good. I'm going to repeat that. Sulis says the way you manage your energy can mean the difference between illness and wellness. Illness is the time to direct the flow of energy inward. Wellness is the time for energy to be focused outward. So for you, you just need to go inward right now. And then you can come out where you're going to see like your shape-shifting abilities have truly expanded and are much more positive and helpful for yourself and others. Okay.